Hey everyone, and welcome back to the CamTech channel. As always, my name is Kyle, and today I'm going to be going over why I decided to go to WGU and reasons why you should possibly go there as well. Firstly, I just want to talk about how I discovered WGU and my first impressions of the college, because at the time I was looking at local colleges like UCSD, things like that, local schools to Southern California general, because that's where CamTech is located mostly. So when I firstly, Matt, the other member of this channel, was the actual one to actually tell me about it because a friend told him about it. And from there, I did my own research. I found that you don't really need to transfer with an associate's degree, so you don't need to necessarily go to a community college to go to this college. And the general requirements for entering the school is pretty relaxed, you can say. One of the main requirements people go into is just having one transferable IT certification, which I did. I did the Google IT support certificate, and that made me qualify for this college, as well as my high school transcripts qualified me. The requirements for high school transcripts are a little more specific though. I believe you have to submit it you have to have at least a 2.75 GPA and a B grade higher in a STEM class. And if you're going to do math for the STEM class, it has to be advanced math. Then the other requirements were pretty low too, like demonstrating at least 2 years of IT work experience through resume review, submit official record of complete transcripts, transferable IT certification, which is all generally not that hard, or the demonstrating 2 years of IT work is harder, but if you have it and you want to go into college or maybe do a career change, say you're at a help desk and you want to go into, let's say, cybersecurity or cloud, you can major in cybersecurity and cloud and do a easy transfer over like that. And since you already have the IT experience, you don't need any other qualifications to actually get into the college, which is quite nice, I'd say. Then the big thing I found was that the finals for a lot of the courses are actually the third-party certification exams. So cloud computing, I'm doing the Azure track, so all of my Azure or all of my cloud computing stuff is going to be, the final is going to be the CompTIA Server Plus is going to be one of the major ones, as well as a bunch of Azure certifications, which I was going to do the certifications anyway and do a bachelor's degree, so this just saves me a whole bunch of time and makes it easier on me, since the cost of the certification tests are actually included with the tuition, which is very good for me since I qualify for financial aid, which leads me to my next point. Apply to financial aid. You can get, if you actually qualify for financial aid, it's going to take a lot off the price, and the college is already cheap. Going to a local college in my area would be 6-7K per semester, while this, without any grants or scholarships, is around 4 to 5K, depending, on the low end of 4K, which is a lot better. It saves me a lot of money. Then I found this fact I found a little bit later when I was talking to my enrollment counselor. Each certification, you get 2 vouchers to actually pass it. So if you mess up once, you have a bad day and you fail the test, you're not going to be penalized by doing that. You can just take it again. Then also one of the big things for me, you do one class at a time. So in a normal college, you do 3 to 6 classes, whatever, per semester, all at once. So you're taking 6 classes at one time. In this, at WGU, you take one class, finish that class, start another, then you do as many as you can in the semester. And I tend to get hyper fixated on one thing, so that works out very well for me personally. If it doesn't for you, then I'd say probably don't go to WGU. And if you don't like online schooling, don't go to WGU. A lot of my high school was online anyway, so I'm kind of used to it by now, so it's not really that bad for me. One thing that I didn't do to prep for WGU though, which like I kind of wish I did, but it's understandable that I didn't because it didn't really make sense for me personally, was to prep. You can prep classes like like the core curriculum of the general education. You can prep for that with like websites like study.com. You can do it really easily, take a bunch of courses very easily, a lot cheaper than being at WGU. Then you finish even faster than you already would at WGU, which is nice. And also, large majority, if you already have done like IT certifications, most of them transfer over already and count as college credit, which is quite nice. Like pretty much any CompTIA ones do, any Microsoft ones do, I believe. Then if you do like the LPI Linux Essentials, that counts. There's only one that I've really seen that doesn't count towards it, and that's like, I believe it's a Splunk one, or any Splunk certifications don't really count because they don't really have a class that goes over Splunk. So if you look at the courses on the WGU website that you have to take for that college, and it basically has a class that's based on like or not based on a certification, that has info of a certification. So like a networking class, and you already took networking plus, you won't have to do that networking class. There's a couple other things that were quite important. I'd recommend this college if you're in the military. So, because the actual schooling for this is very good. The online schooling for this is very good. I've been to a local community college and they used Canvas for their online schooling and having online classes, and that was awful. I hated Canvas. The website just doesn't really work. It feels very clunky, but WGU, it's very smooth. It feels great to actually do online. What else is there? Oh yes, the more specific majors for at least IT. If you going to if you're in IT and you want to get higher education in IT, I'd say go to WGU. Very specific majors let other colleges that don't really do. So let's go back to like my UCSD example. UCSD majors include like just comp sci. I think they might have an IT major, and I think they have a cybersecurity one, but I think they have a cybersecurity master's program, but pretty much any local colleges to you, they're not going to have these very specific bachelor's degrees like cloud computing, cybersecurity, NetSecOps, or even the information technology, the accelerated program with the master's, or IT management, which is a popular one. I'd recommend IT management if you just want to like knock it out and do it fast. Because that one has no certification, so it's going to take a lot less time. Because the thing that takes the longest at WGU, the thing that's going to be like stopping you from completing it very fast, is getting the certifications done. Because you have to go through a third-party vendor, and that just takes a little bit more time, which is unfortunate, but it's worth it in the end since you're going to be wanting certifications anyway. Other than that, there's no real downsides to WGU, except for that it's a non-profit college. So certain things like CalVet or certain like veteran programs don't really qualify for it. So if you're trying to use anything that's like not the GI Bill, it won't really work for it unless you like live in the state of Utah, which is WGU is based out of. But if you're not in the military, it's still a good option. Still a great option. You can do it very fast. Like you can see throughout YouTube that there's a bunch of people that did one of their programs in like 6 months or less in just one term, and only paying their 4.5K or whatever for a bachelor's degree, which is actually insane to actually do. But to actually do it in 6 months or less, you have to, like I said, go to like study.com and do a bunch of courses before, or do a bunch of certifications before, so you don't have to do them in the actual program. But other than that, WGU is kind of great. For me personally, I didn't do well in like a traditional college, like going to class majority of the week, having multiple classes doing at once. It was kind of just a lot to handle all at once since I was also working. But since WGU, you only have to do one class at a time, it just makes it a lot more simple and a lot easier to focus on that, which is going to give you better work to do. But after this, if you think you want to go to WGU, I say just go ahead and apply. Just try to do it. If you want to get a bachelor's degree and you don't really care that it's online, just go to WGU. It's pretty easy. The requirements to get in is pretty non-trivial, and it's a good online program, and you can get a degree in the field that you want, for IT at least. But yeah, I'm enjoying WGU so far. It's saving me a bunch of money and time, which I love, and I get to do it in a major that I'm actually passionate about and do classes I'm passionate about, which makes me want to complete it faster and do it faster. So yeah, that's probably going to be it for today. Thank you for tuning in to the CamTech channel. We're going to be posting another video this upcoming Thursday. Pretty much every Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to have a video from either me or Matt. So yeah, thank you guys, and have a good rest of your guys' day.